Oh, well, that film was very difficult because, you know, being on the bridge in New York and the dark cellar where Ralph Meeker kept me, and doing the rape scene was hideous, and after the rape scene and everything. It was a very difficult movie, but also it was one of the first independent movies for United Artists. They gave money to various people to make movies. And in those days, maybe in these days too, but independent meant cheap. We had no money for anything. I used to, when I went in to do my hair in the morning, I used to count the bobby pins.
Because you were one of the producers, you were responsible.
I was one of the producers, yes. And
are you glad you made the film? Now,
oh, yes, of course.
Are you proud of it after
yes,
this time?
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
Now, How the West Was Won is one of your favorites. You starred opposite James Stewart, and he was a hero to you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He was the loveliest man.
And your sister in the film was Debbie Reynolds, whom you and everybody else, she must be great because everybody's crazy about her.
Yeah, she became one of my dearest friends, yes. We used to see each other all the time when I was living in Hollywood.
And you were shooting in Cinerama. The original three-strip Cinerama. I just saw it at the Cinerama Dome 60th anniversary celebration. It's a great film,
yes,
and you're all terrific in it. It's an accomplishment. Now, your career got revived in an interesting way when you played in the Carpetbaggers, and you became a sort of sex symbol again, though you'd been trying to avoid it.
Well, the thing is that I had done so many westerns and Bridge to the Sun and all kinds of other movies because I didn't want to be typecast after Baby Doll. So when the Carpetbaggers came along, I thought that was really fun. I thought it was a fun movie to do. And I didn't think that at that point I would be typecast, but I was.
You were, and then, but that led to Harlow, which was difficult in the making. You've told me some hair-raising stories about Joseph Levine, your producer. But you're proud of Harlow.
Oh yes, I think, you know, I went for years without seeing it. We had such a difficult time on the set. They were putting out another movie called Harlow with Carol Lindley, and they were doing it in Electronavision. I think they shot it in a week or 10 days. Well, we couldn't do that. And the process was terrible because they never used it again. But Joe Levine got it into his head that we were going to beat them into the theater when we were making an actual, you know, big movie. So everything was, I mean, the assistants had walkie-talkie radios. And if I would go to the ladies' room, somebody would follow me. And I'd hear them outside saying, she's just gone in. It's not, I don't think it's going to be very long. I think she'll be back soon.
But you had two co-stars you were very fond of, Peter Lawford, and you told me he's a much better actor than he's given credit for.
Oh yeah, yes, in Harlow, he gave a wonderful performance as Paul, whatever his name was. And he gave such a good performance, but they wanted it to be kind of a fluffy, glamorous film. And they cut out his very dramatic, marvelous, marvelous scene. And later on, I told his widow and his son how wonderful he was. And if they had had that scene in the movie, people would have thought, you know.
Had a different image of him?
Absolutely.
And Angela Lansbury played your mother. She was only a few years older than you.
Yes, yes.
And she was easy to work with, I'm sure.
Oh yes, she was lovely. And so was Red Buttons.
Yes.
The thing is that they never gave us any time to rehearse. They would put us in front of the camera and expect us just to do the scene without ever having any kind of rehearsal or repartee between the actors or anything. So I got the actors together, and like I would see Angela early in the morning before the filming, and I would see Red Buttons.
So you'd have some rehearsal.
Yeah, we rehearsed on our own.
Okay, moving ahead, you went to Italy for a while and you made what are called giallos. Explain to the audience what that is.
Oh, well, they call it giallo, a mystery film.
Mystery film. And you were in a lot of them.
Well, I did a lot of them. I seem to have done the same story over and over again. I didn't know what else to do with me. I was always a beautiful widow who moved to Italy, lived in this big mansion, and all kinds of terrible things happened to her.
And it was the same story.
It was the same story. Not only that, but the producer in Italy has to pay a fee to the state for each film. So my producer did 5 films with me called Paranoia. So he only paid once.
Oh.